Kings Island is known for its large and popular collection of coasters. However, roller coasters aren't the only amazing attractions at this great amusement park. Today, we're going to be looking at the 5 best flat rides at Kings Island and ranking them to see which of these flat rides is the best. Let's get right into the ranking. Before we start our top 5, I'd like to throw out some honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1 is the Scrambler. This doesn't have a lot of thrills, but it does have some good lateral forces, and it's a fun ride for all ages. Honorable mention number 2 is the Dodgem. This is another family ride in Coney Mall, which is very fun as bumper cars are always a classic and a very enjoyable type of ride. Honorable mention number 3 is Soul Spin and Cargo Loco, the 2 new rides in Adventure Port. Because these are new for this year, I haven't experienced them yet, but they both look like very fun rides that I'm very excited to try out. Number 5 best flat ride at Kings Island is the KI and Miami Valley Railroad. This locomotive train ride is located next to Mystic Timbers and offers some really good views of the coaster. It's also a great way to get from the park to Soak City. It's definitely not a thrill ride, but it's definitely a fun ride to check out that I recommend riding. In addition, it has some very cool lights set up during the Winterfest time of the year, which is some of the best scenery on any ride at the park. It's been there for a very long time, and definitely a classic ride that you should definitely do whenever you head to Kings Island. Number 4 on the list is the Kings Mills Antique Autos. This is a classic antique car ride where you take a ride around some scenery that looks pretty nice. I very much enjoy this ride for the scenery and for the experience of being able to drive. The scenery has many posters with many different references to famous Kings Island rides, and it's very neat to be able to spot out the Easter eggs, and being able to drive is just a really fun experience, especially for those who aren't old enough to drive yet. This is another great family ride that's amazingly fun for all ages to experience, and it's definitely something that you have to check out. Number 3 on the list is the park's Zamperla Disco Coaster, Surf Dog. This ride is the only ride on the list that's located in the Planet Snoopy area of the park. It does have some good airtime on the hill, and the spikes and spinning are some very fun experiences. It's a very small ride, but it does give some good thrills, and it's a fun ride. The park calls this a coaster, but I think it's a flat ride, which is why I've put it on this list. Overall though, it's still a very enjoyable experience, which is why it's number 3 on the list. The number 2 best flat ride at Kings Island is the Drop Tower. The Drop Tower is a very fun ride that takes you up 300 feet in the air before dropping you straight back down. It's an amazing free fall sensation that can't be found on any other ride in the park. The free falling is incredible, and while it's not that much of an airtime sensation, it's something completely different altogether that's just as thrilling and truly one of the most amazing sensations you could ever get on a thrill ride. The sensation of being lifted so high into the air and then dropped back down is incredible, and this is definitely something you have to check out when you go to Kings Island. And finally, the number 1 flat ride at Kings Island is Delirium. Delirium is a Huss giant frisbee ride that is a giant frisbee with a bunch of people on it that swings up very high in the air and gives some amazing airtime, especially on the max swings. The airtime that this ride gives is crazy. This is probably the most airtime I've ever gotten on a flat ride. It's definitely a great experience and the most thrilling flat ride at Kings Island. It's the best flat ride at Kings Island in my opinion, and that's why it's the number one on this list. Thanks guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to leave a like as that helps me out quite a bit with the YouTube algorithm. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe for great coaster content just like this, and leave a comment about your favorite flat ride at Kings Island. As always, thanks for watching. ZZ Coasters signing off.